Howdy, howdy, howdy. How's it going, everyone? Happy Thursday. We're playing Fallout 1 today. Thank you for the 20 stream streak. But before we do that, I'm going to be doing my makeup on stream. And oh, hello. I pressed the wrong button, but hi, we're here. Um, but yeah, we're doing makeup on stream and talking, and then we're gonna play some Fallout 1. I'm very, very end game in Fallout 1, so we should be able to like get kind of close to finishing it. Um, and yeah. How's it going? Also, hold on everyone. It was Kamikaze's birthday yesterday. Kamikaze. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kamikaze. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Kamikaze. I hope you had a good birthday. Hello, hello. All right. How's everyone's day? How was your Tuesday, Wednesday? Um, I hope it was good. I had a good time. Um, yeah. Doing good just editing? Nice. I hope you're doing good, Mad Lad Adam. Thanks, Lazy Crypt. Hi, Steven. All right. Just gonna get started on my makeup. Just working inside, trying not to melt. Is it so hot? No air conditioning. Is that a new vid? Oh, that's really nice of you, Adam. Thank you. Woo. Yeah, here, let me turn this down. Originally, I finally watched Furiosa, and I streamed for a while. I'm having some weird stream issues I'm looking into. But other than that, it was good. Oh, what kind of stream issues? Anything I might be able to help with? It's been, oh, 95/35C here. Oh, that's so hot. Oof. It's not a big deal. I sent you about a DM about it a while ago. Shit, okay. I'll have to look again. Dang, it was probably one of those ones where I'm like, ooh, I will reply to this later. And then I forget about it. Because that's always what happens. Ooh, I better cook up a really good reply to this. I better think about it. And then I forget about it. We had 31 degrees Celsius here. It was going to rain for a week now, so that's nice. Oh, that is nice. I'm very okay with a rainy summer. Very okay with a rainy summer. It's been 100 Fahrenheit, 37.8 degrees. Oh, that's so hot. Ooh, the heat. Hmm. Yeah, I have no idea. Honestly, I don't really pay that much attention to the weather. I'm inside so much that usually just before I go outside, I'm like, what's the weather like? It's probably something I need to ignore, do some more research on. Nah. I'll look again and I'll try to help you with it because if it's a problem I've also had, I might be able to help. Texas is so hot, especially with all the humidity. Ooh, yeah, humidity adds something to the heat. It really does. When I was a kid, I remember I really liked the heat, but I also grew up in Alberta where it's quite dry. The humid heat is definitely its own beast. Bop, 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 bop. I gotta sit different. Oh, look who's here, by the way. What's up, buddy? Why are you sitting like that? Is he ever not cute? No. He's cute 100% of the time. Oh, what the fuck? A very handsome boy. Yeah. Hi, Chaos Hero. Yeah, he's the best boy. He's still a little sore getting over his limp, but he's doing really good though. Oh yeah, sweating doesn't do anything about the humidity. When your body functions don't do anything to help you. Mm-mm. All right. I'm trying to think if I've watched anything. Maybe I should start watching shows that people are talking about instead of only watching Big Brother. Right now I'm just watching season 7 of Big Brother Canada for the second time. It's a really good season. It's funny because season 7, I really like this season. That's the Ice Challenge one? Big Brother? Um Start with it? No, that's season 2. Season 2 starts with the Ice Challenge. Season 7 is the one I'm watching. Um yeah, season 7 is a good season. I really like the winner of that season, and it's funny because the season has a really strong boys alliance, and I hate when I hate boys alliances in Big Brother. Cause like a bunch of dudes just get together and are like, let's take out all the women because we can. It's like, what the fuck? But oh Leah, thank you so much for 11 months.
I got my sub back. 11 months, let's go.
Let's go. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Also with the Prime too. If you have Amazon Prime, you can subscribe just like Leah for free. And then you don't have to worry about ads and you get the best emotes ever. According to the inventor of Twitch, John A. Twitch. But yeah, there's a boys alliance called the Pretty Boys. And when I first watched the season, I was like, I really hated them. But slowly, some of the people in the alliance kind of grow on you. And one of the people that was in that alliance just came back for season 12. And I don't really like him. But I don't know, it's fun. It's a fun watch. But I don't know, I think it's fun too, because in Big Brother America, there's a boys' alliance in season 11, I think, called the Brigade. And honestly, the Brigade sucks. It sucks. I hate the Brigade. And so many people are like, the Brigade is the best Big Brother alliance. And they're just like, I watched that season recently. I was like, dude, these guys suck. Like they're so bad at this game. And the fact that they even made it to the end was like, basically they did float to the end, which means that basically they didn't even really play the game. Everyone was just going against each other, and then that's how they kind of made it to the end. But the Pretty Boys actually like run the house, and their strategies are really interesting. So it's like the better boys alliance is 100% the Pretty Boys. Also, they have a better name. Have a great stream. I'd stay if I wasn't flying. Have a safe flight. But yeah, anyway, so that's just me being a nerd about Big Brother. I don't know why I'm like this. I just am. I watched Dead Boy Detective Agency the first season. It was fun. I haven't heard of that one. Is that an anime? Okay. Just a little bit of blush today. I don't even know what I'm going for with my makeup today, honestly. I'll just probably do something very simple. It's funny to hear you talk about since you care about it and know a lot. It's fun. Plus, some of it is pretty damn funny. It is. It is. In the late season, this one guy, he's like a 6'4" um Newfoundland oil worker with like a pretty strong accent. And he decides like people get pretty bored inside the house when there's less people, and he makes a tinfoil doll. And like it's actually a doll. He makes her like a purse and like a hat and like gives her little hobbies like soccer and stuff and a bunch of just like all this stuff made out of tinfoil, and he like makes up a bunch of lore about her, and he gives her a cape and like a bunch of stuff, and it's so silly. And it's just like, why did he go with a doll? Like, but he had fun, it looked like. But everyone was just like, this dude's losing it. Like 6'1" Newfoundland oil worker sounds like the start of a police report. Actually it does. 6'4" though. He's like really tall. Like an absolute beast. And it's interesting because he wins a lot of physical competitions, but he can also win mental ones, which is actually a really insane thing. But his thing in this season is really funny. So he's the one who decides he wants to make a boys' alliance. And that's like his whole thing. Is like when he joins the game, he's like, I want to find 3 strong boys and make a boys' alliance. Which is like weird, but like okay. So that's what he does. And then he is like literally like has like the most difficult time staying loyal to his own alliance because he gets in a showmance with a girl. And so the whole time his alliance is just like trying to get rid of his showmance because he just doesn't, he's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I really love Sam. He's like, it's so funny. But it makes the show a lot more interesting because if he actually stuck to it, because he's winning all these competitions, but when he wins, he doesn't know what to do because he doesn't actually know if he wants to stay loyal to the alliance he made. So he keeps winning stuff, and then they're like trying to be like, stick with the plan, and he's like, I don't know. It's very funny. I hate women unless they will have sex with me. Yeah. He's like, it's interesting because I mean, it's all edited. I don't know how it was on live feeds, but he's not very, like, sometimes when guys make boys alliances, like, very clear, like, they just don't like or respect women. He's like, he still works with and, like, seems pretty respectful. So I don't know if he thought that was just a good strategy or if he actually is just, I don't know. I still hate it. I still hate it, but the alliance is good, and the person who wins, I think, is a very interesting person. And I don't know. Speaking of reality series, I think this guy created The Bachelor is I don't know how to say her last names. So I have Mike Felice, maybe. That's really interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I think Big Brother Canada does a pretty good job with their casting of not casting really awful people, but yeah, the this guy, I don't know. He's definitely kind of a red flag, but he's not my favorite player in the game, that's for sure. Yeah, Baby US has a habit of finding some stuff so racist. There's like some insane stuff that has happened on BB US, like even like a couple of years ago. Whereas like BB can like I don't think we have any controversies like that though. From everything you've said, BB Canada sounds better than BB USA. Might explain why the USA was one was not my favorite. They probably do it on purpose. Stopped watching years ago. I think I know there's one season that I haven't seen, but I've only like heard people talk about, and apparently it's like I can't even like tell you guys what they did. It's so upsetting, and even just like a couple years ago, I tried to get into a season. I ended up watching the season near the end, but I don't even want to talk about it. It's so upsetting, actually. But like, yeah, BBUS. I like the show, but their casting process. I don't know who's doing the casting, but find someone else. Although last year was pretty good and it was pretty diverse. US reality tends to go for controversy, although not nearly as bad in the early days of reality. Yeah, there's a couple. I watched some of the older seasons of Big Brother. There's like mid Big Brother US is like where it gets like really dicey. There's like a couple things in like the early 2000s Big Brother where it's like that wouldn't fly today. Why did they decide they were going to do that? Big Brother Canada has been pretty good though. Need a new video game to download on my Switch. What should I get? Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door remake, probably. Yeah, 2000s make it even worse. I'm sure. PKNG Joe cringe time. Yeah. Well, just like the reality TV, like they really did try to like stir up drama, and I don't know. Big Brother Canada is also cool because like if the house starts fighting a lot, they throw them little parties. And Big Brother US, they never do that, but they'll like everyone will get like really tense, and instead of trying to amp up the tension, they'll be like, "Okay, everyone have a beer party in the backyard," and then everyone has a beer party in the backyard, and they make a little edit of it. It's really cute. Or they throw like a pizza party or something for the house, and they like literally just like don't really do that in Big Brother America. They tell us it's so homophobic, misogynist, racist. Yeah, yeah. I think reality television kind of like is a reminder of that sometimes. But that said, I still like the show Big Brother, and I'm having fun watching season 7 Big Brother Canada. Although, fun fact, Big Brother Canada was just shelved. Um, so I don't think we're getting a season this year. A lot of people have already like started making a petition and stuff. So like people are thinking they're gonna come back, but they're thinking they're gonna have to sell it to like a different company or streaming service or something. It's been on forever. It's really popular. I don't know. It's been on for since 2014. No, 2012. So to like 12 years. And they don't make as much money as Big Brother America, and they I don't know. I think that the streaming service they were on just like lost a whole bunch of money, so I think that's what people were saying. Yeah, it's a long time for a TV show, but I think Big Brother America has been on for like 25 years in contrast. 25, 20, no wait, are they on season 27 now or something? 28? Or did we just watch 28? It might be on season 29. So, it's newer than Big Brother America, but yeah, they this year they took away the live feeds. Big Brother Canada's live feeds were free. Big Brother US ones are paid for. Or I think they were. I don't know if they decided to make them free recently or not. But so they never made money that way, but they always had like a lot of sponsorships, but it's really high budget. Like they don't cut corners. Big Brother America, like they'll put a kiddie pool in the backyard and be like, "Here's your competition for this week." Whereas like Big Brother Canada has like lights and like cameras and it's like a movie set and they have like a train in there and everyone has to climb the train with a bungee cord on them and they have to get in there like all the like in Big Brother America they use like the same like 10 competitions on rotation so you can almost guess what competition is going to come and like know how to do it by the time that you're on the show because it's been running for 30 years. Big Brother Canada doesn't really like they recycled a couple competitions but like they're literally so high budget and insane and like I don't know it makes Big Brother America actually really stepped it up the last couple years but like for a very long time it was just like very much just like they put some stuff in the backyard which I think is fine but Big Brother Canada would like really went hard with it like and all of their competitions are like 3 parts, I swear. Like Big Brother America will be like, okay, everyone, do this puzzle. In Big Brother Canada, they're like, okay, guys, you're gonna climb this thing to get all of your puzzle pieces. Then you're gonna do the puzzle, and then that puzzle will unlock a thing that lets you roll a ball into a hole. And whoever does that wins. Like, it's so much more. Mm, so I mean they do like whatever they have, they spend their budget on like and the house is way more interesting, like decorated, very cool. Um like they really like Big Brother USA like themes it like I think like 2 years ago they had like a kind of cool like Miami theme. So all of the furniture was kind of like hot pink and stuff. In Big Brother Canada, like there's one where they turn the house into like a spaceship and they usually have like several secret rooms and like things that like come out of the wall for like secret vetoes. There's even like a secret tunnel in one of them. They have like they add so much stuff in between seasons instead of just like adding some new colored furniture and some new like paintings. And I do think like that there is something nice about like the more like homemade feeling of Big Brother US versus the high production, but the high production is a lot of fun to watch. The greed in streaming is going to ruin media for all of us, I swear. So many good shows are being canceled because streaming service X has lost money. It's like, man, you know how you can't lose money? Cannot lose money? Maybe not pull your content deal where you were making money so you can make more money? I know, right? It's so crazy. I'm really hoping Big Brother Canada makes a comeback. I mean, it was canceled, I think, on season 5 and then came back after like a year. So people are kind of hopeful that it comes back. I'm really hopeful. I think honestly, I think they should change when they air the show though, because they're right now what they're doing is they're airing it like around the same time as Survivor. I think if they honestly aired it at the same time as Big Brother America and had it go on TV the block right after Big Brother US goes on, people would actually sit around and be like, "Oh, more Big Brother." Because usually people leave Big Brother wanting more, which is why the live services get sold. But I don't know, maybe that's a bad idea. But I think that they need to do something. Cuz people that like Survivor don't always like Big Brother because Survivor is like more of like a Survivor challenge, right? So they're like, "Oh, it's just a bunch of people living in a house. What a weak show." We've lost 2 Star Treks this year, really? I know streaming is also losing these companies money. So they fought streaming points for writers when the writers strike. Where they're doing all this consolidating. That's so interesting. When we get to keep a series, they start really spreading out when they air. I remember back when shows would do 20 episodes a year, and now it's like 6 to 8 every other year. That's true. Right now, there's only one going in development, and it's going to be some angsty teen drama. What the hell? That's for Star Trek? But yeah, I'm really hoping that Big Brother Canada returns because I like it. Star Trek Academy. What? Why? I'm very worried. That's valid. It's all media and shitification to save for shareholders. Yay. Yippee. Starfleet Academy? Sorry, bad nerd cred. Starfleet Academy. Thought it was called Prodigy. Is that something else? Yeah, Big Brother Canada actually took away the live feeds last year and then just had digital dailies, which were like hour long, like basically like sections of the live streams that they just uploaded. I think there's one that was even like 3 hours long. I was looking at them. So it was like kind of like being able to see live feeds, but not fully. But people were unhappy about that, but I don't know. Prodigy is the one for kids. It almost got canceled, but Netflix saved it. I liked what I saw of season one. It's a kid show, but it's not bad. Oh, that's cool. Is it like a cartoon or Star Trek has so much stuff. .3D animated, yeah. Okay, okay. But yeah, yeah. I remember when there was one streaming service and that was it. That was cool. Oh well. The anime one that was canceled was a real gem in all of them, so that really sucks. Oh, I didn't know that they made an anime either. I'm not really paying attention, apparently. Hi, Pete. How's it going? I've only seen Lower Decks and Prodigy, though, so not that anime. Simple makeup for a simple lady. Hi, Toddy Lottie. Aw, give your cat some pets for me. Here's Chili. He's having a nap. Aw. That's fine. I don't think that's fine for makeup. For eye makeup, that is. I'm gonna do mascara. Keep it simple. Shows really suffer when they don't have the old 28 episode seasons. Use it on the ability to give fun episodes or try to do stuff that may or may not work. It's super high stakes. And like one bad episode can mean 10% and where your season is shit. Yeah. Ugh. Media. Yeah, maybe it's time we all just stop watching stuff and we all just go outside. I'm joking. Stay tuned to the stream. I'm gonna play Fallout 1. We're all gonna laugh and laugh and laugh forever and ever. I don't have any shareholders. So if I have one bad episode, you'll forgive me. Yeah, television has been murdered. I mean, the only thing I really got going, like, is at least Canada has, like, a free app that lets you watch Canadian shows. It's kind of nice, but it doesn't even have all the Canadian shows on it. You know what sucks? I wanted to watch Life with Derek. This show, it was on Family Channel, which is kind of like the show that had mostly like Disney Channel stuff on it. And it was like, I don't know, it was kind of weird because it was kind of like the step brother, stepsister tension show before that was like a thing, you know what I mean? But it wasn't supposed to be weird anyway. It was actually a good show. Even though it kind of has that. I didn't actually fact check this, but I think that the actors were dating when they were filming the show, which is why a lot of that tension is happening. Because the one scene that everyone really talks about is there's shit Casey. It's called Life with Derek. Her step bro is Derek. And they're like the like opposite personality. So she's like studious, goody two shoes, and he's like a rebel who wears a leather jacket. And there's a scene where she says something because you're my brother, and then he says step brother, and he's looking at her, and you can it just looks like in his face that he's in love with her. Like there's just something about the scene that is like if he's acting, why isn't he in everything ever? Because like they don't kiss. There's no kissing, there's nothing else, but it just looks like the face he's making, you're like, what? Like I remember as a kid being like, does he like her? And nothing ever happens, nothing comes of it. Nothing. They actually started a new show called Life with Luca, which is about I think Casey's kid in it, and they're not together. They have different like families or something. I don't know. I can't watch it though because even though this is Canadian content, it's not I can't watch it in Canada um for free at least. I think if you have I can't remember if it is free for United States Americans though if you have Prime Video. But I think you have to like pay for a package or something for it, and I don't want to do that. And I think that's, I think it's real fucked up. Why can't it be free? I think I saw it on Tubi. Yeah, see, I can't. Wait, is Tubi paid for? I can't remember. Anyway, yeah, nothing ever happens. Like, there's like nothing literally ever happens, at least to my recollection, that is like actually anything that like should be weird. It's just like the way that the actors like look at each other and stuff. You're like, are they in love? Free? I can't remember because I remember looking it up, and like I think it was free in America, but not in Canada. So I don't know. That's Canada-phobic. I think Tubi is what made Titanic 666. It's on Tubi, and you feel like watching a 2000s Canadian kids show that perhaps you might find questionable. You know, maybe give it a watch. I really liked it when I was a kid. Titanic 666. Have you checked on Just Watch? That's like, we'll tell you where it is available in your country. Just Watch. Hi, Cozy Beard. Happy Thursday. Okay, Just Watch Canada. So you can get it on Apple TV. Wait, it just says it's not available for streaming. Life with Derek is not available for streaming, so I can't even watch it in Canada. Huh? But you can get Life with Luca on YouTube or Google Play. Well, whatever. Yeah, I actually never watched Degrassi. I just didn't. It wasn't really popular when I was a kid. So, that's a little out of my era. But, I think that, obviously it was a lot more popular than Life with Derek. So good for Degrassi. I think Degrassi won like a bunch of awards and stuff. Good for them. If there's anything you're having a hard time finding, I bet I can track it down. To be fair, I was once unable to find an episode of a travel show that Rachel's uncle wanted from 1985. But I got the one before and after, just not that episode. That's weird. I only knew about it from a girl I was dating at the time that discovered it and was obsessed. That's awesome. Everybody hydrate. I got my tea here. This one's mint. I need to clean really bad, but I haven't. Why not just live in a mess? Oh yeah, by the way, Friday we're doing a movie night. We're watching Spaceballs at 9 Central Time. If anyone's interested in watching with us in the Discord, you should join the Discord. It's a good time. The one he wanted happened to be broken in the Internet TV database or something, so finding it in my uncle's collection was nearly impossible. That's crazy. That's like it's so weird that that happened. What am I even doing? Hello, Dust Llama. Yeah, I could not believe it, to be honest. That's funny. How did that even happen? He's snoring. He's so cute. One of my favorite gifts to use at work when someone wants a status on something is that we ain't found shit scene. Is that from Degrassi? Mouth. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Probably should have. It's not really a big deal. I might ask him about it again when I see him. I don't know. I'm kind of worried about the preservation of Canadian media. Canada, do something. Thanks, One Green Goat. I appreciate that. Rachel's really pumped for Spaceballs. Yeah, but I know what you mean. So it's fine. I'm excited for Spaceballs on Friday. We're gonna have a great time. We're gonna watch Space. It's my first time ever watching Spaceballs. Now I'm gonna have seen Spaceballs. Hi, King Dragoon. How you doing? It's been forever since I've seen it. I think I saw like the VHS cover for it at some point somewhere. I don't know if we owned it on VHS or not, but never did see it. I remember a bit, but a teeny bit. I scrubbed through to see if the subs worked. Made me realize I don't remember much. Oh, that's funny. That was funny moments. We'll have a good time. It'll be good as long as you've seen Star Wars. I've played the Lego Star Wars games. I've also seen like a lot of Star Wars like parody content, so I have the basic knowledge of what goes on. Might not be as funny to you. Well, I'm gonna have a great time. Who needs to watch Star Wars when you could just watch Spaceballs and play the Star Wars Lego games? It's pretty hardcore on 4 to 6. I bet you still think it's good though. That's fine. I know enough about what happens. I've seen the whole Star Wars trilogy, Family Guy version. Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen Spaceballs. I can quote the whole movie back to front. I enjoy it. I'm not much of a Star Wars fan, so it's for the non-Star Wars fans. I'm joking. A little bit of powder. That's it. Not doing anything too creative today because I don't want to think about it. I'm sorry, JK. I didn't used to, but it's a lot to take in these days. Yeah, the one time I tried to watch Star Wars, I fell asleep. That was before I was medicated, though. So it's just, if anything, is just like when I'm not medicated, if the color palette isn't right, if the speed of the movie isn't right, I'll just go to sleep. Like I just fall asleep. Like I can't, it can't stay awake. My brain shuts down. Um, but that's fine. I will watch it one day. But I think it's fun to play the Lego games and watch Spaceballs before you actually see Star Wars, you know? Fuck it. I don't know who Mel Brooks is. Oh, Mel Brooks. He's in Young Frankenstein, Robin Hood, Men in Tights, Robots, Hotel Transylvania 2, Silent Movie, Dracula, Dead and Loving It. I feel like, did we have this conversation about robots before and I forgot? I've seen Get Smart, but it's been so long. Yeah, I haven't seen much of this guy's movies, but Spaceballs will be a good time. I've seen Robin Hood Men in Tights, but I don't remember it because it was one of those movies that my cousins liked and they would play, and I would always just be like, I don't want to watch this for some reason. I don't know. Probably the color palette was interesting enough to me. I don't. I almost messaged you, but it was like 2 a.m. your time. I figured it was not really that important. When I watched Furiosa, I had several moments when I was like, yeah, this is what watching movies must have been like for Poppy before she was medicated. It's having such a hard time paying attention despite trying. I could not stay interested, and I kept thinking, damn, will this action thing not end at some point? Why is it zooming in on that guy's face? Oh, look, the moon outside. I wanted to like it so much. That just happens sometimes. It's okay, but yeah, that's pretty much like when my I'm not on my meds, my brain is so loud. There's no way for me to really describe it to someone who doesn't have the problem. But it's just like there's like three voices, and they're not like voices as in like I hear other people's voices. It's just like my thoughts all just like talking about different shit, and I'm just sitting there trying to focus so bad, but my brain is like it's processing and creating information so fast that like I can't do anything. So like if I'm trying to watch a movie and something in the movie, a word will randomly remind me of something else, and I'll be like for 10 minutes I'll just be very deep in thought about whatever thing, and then I'll realize I wasn't paying any attention. And that can happen to me when I'm reading. It can happen to me when someone's talking to me. So like someone will start telling me a story. I will be interested in the story, but then something they say a word and then my brain goes, remember that time you went to the beach and this thing happened? What did people think about why did people pick up seashells at the beach when they're not supposed to? What is it about seashells that are important for the beach? What how there's plastic all over the oceans now. Like it'll just start going on, and then I realize that I don't know what the fuck the person in front of me is saying anymore. I don't even know what they I don't know anything. It's embarrassing. Blaming color palette. It's like I know it sounds like Babby like Babby need color stimulation, but it does help when I'm not medicated because if a color palette is very brown, um it's not it's like I need stimuli. Like I need colors to be like beep 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 beep. Otherwise, my brain's like this is sleepy time. So sleepy. It doesn't matter what's happening in the movie. It could be the most interesting story. If it's too much green and brown, it is making me sleepy. Lunch break during all my meetings today, I went to swing by and hang out for a bit. It was good to see you. But yeah, like I remember there's other people that have the same opinion, but I remember I tried to watch Lord of the Rings a few times, and every time I would fall asleep, and if I didn't fall asleep, like it just was like walking movie, like movie where they do a lot of walking. Now that I've watched it medicated, it's not like that at all. It's not like that at all. I don't know. The difference is so huge. It's so huge. The way that I'm like, how did I miss out on the entire I watched, yeah, no, I did watch it. And then my friend was like, what happened in Lord of the Rings? And I recounted Bilbo's party for like longer than the Bilbo's party scene even really goes on. And then I was like, then they just walked. Like, what? Why was I so interested in Bilbo's party? You know what? I haven't had much of a problem with black and white movies. I think really I have a problem with the color brown for some reason, but if I'm medicated, the problem is much better. It's still like it doesn't delete ADHD, but like meds help a lot. Like I really meds help me. Like people say like, "Oh, I only take meds if I need to focus on something." Otherwise I don't really need them. And I'm like, if I want to be able to like maintain focus on anything during the day, I want to take my meds. Like it the way that it's so challenging for me to like have a conversation, watch something, fucking do a single chore. It's baffling. Like I went and it's like I don't know, it's almost sad cuz it's like wow. This whole time I thought I was just fucked up. Like this whole I went through my whole life just thinking like, man, I must be just kind of a shitty person cuz I can't pay attention to what people say to me and I need colorful movies and I only like things that I'm interested in. And it's like, no, that's your brain chemicals are wonky. People really like movies about walking. Lord of the Rings is really good. Like it's actually really good. Also, tell me I watch and there are movies that like I could watch when without being medicated that like held my attention all the way through and like it was fine. It just kind of depends, I think. But like I'd seen Beetlejuice several times. I watched it medicated. I realized that I did not know what was happening in Beetlejuice. I didn't know what was happening, and I liked it. I was like, Beetlejuice is good, but I was watching it, and I was like, what? I don't. This is why this happens. Like I did not. I didn't know. I don't know how I went through. Like I must have been so used to not understanding what was going on in movies that I was just like, nah, good movie. Yeah, I've seen the Lord of the Rings movies. I saw them extended cut with my friends, and we just like paused and took lots of breaks and like talked about what was going on in the movie. So if I was lost anywhere, they could help me, which was very useful. Um, yeah, yeah, it's out there. I was into it. Yeah. Um, do I feel like medicated Pappy and unmedicated Pappy are different people? Not really. Although usually I'm medicated these days, but I think I don't know. maybe a little different, but I don't think it's like I don't know. I try not to think too hard about that because I know people get kind of psyched out, like, oh, when I'm on my meds, I'm not funny anymore, or when I'm on my meds, I lose my sparkle. Um, and I think that to some extent, maybe I seem a little sillier when my meds have worn off or whatever. But like, I don't think it's enough to really, think that I'm a different person. But also, I don't want to like because this medication helps me so much with just like existing and like day to day tasks. I don't want to convince myself that I'm more fun when I'm not on my meds because like if I don't want to be trying to pick between being fun to be around and being able to do laundry. Even though I haven't done laundry in a little bit, but that's this it feels less like it because of executive dysfunction and more like I'm actually making a conscious decision not to do my laundry. Yeah, and I think a lot of people still hold a lot of stigma towards medication. Because like they know someone who maybe was misdiagnosed or got the wrong dose of medication, and they think like, oh, that stuff makes you crazy or it makes you totally different. So I do know that people kind of have that kind of mentality about it. I just try to be like, take the medication. Is it working? Is it doing what is intended? Yes. Okay. You know, because yeah, there's lots of benefits to the medication for me, which is why they prescribe it, right? And like people can get the whole thing like medication, doctors, all of that stuff can get weird. But I do think that the ADHD medication has personally really helped me a lot, and I'm very very glad. I marathoned all the extended cuts once. Not recommended. We need like 5 energy drinks, lots of caffeine in order to take out 3 times to get through it. Yeah. See, we did it over the course of like 3 months. So like once a month, I got together with my friends. We watched the extended cut, and we just like it took us like 4 or 5 hours. But like we would pause, get some food, talk about what was going on. So it was kind of nice. I know I 100% need my meds. I hate how drastically different I can be when on/off the meds. I'm afraid of letting other people see that. Yeah, I think that also correlates with the term and the idea of masking. So I don't know if this is something that you know about or not, but like they talk about how people with like ADHD and autism will feel like a lot of societal pressures not to really behave how like normally would around new people because we're kind of scared of how we're going to be perceived. So like and this is I guess this is diverting to a little bit more of a serious thing, but like I definitely relate to that too because it's like sometimes when I'm around new people, I'm just like and like I will just like the whole time because I don't really want to engage too much because I'm scared of being too much. And I think a lot of people who are neurodivergent get a lot of like negative feedback growing up from people just by being a little silly or, being themselves. People are like, what the fuck is wrong with you? So you get older and you're just like, nice to meet you. And then people are like, why do you act like a computer? And it's like, because I'm scared of emoting. Do we have an update on Saturday? Yes. Saturday is a yes. Sorry, I actually forgot to tell you and Birgit that I messaged Kamikaze. Saturday, 7 p.m. does work. Yes. So, yeah, I think people can relate to that. And I can definitely relate to that. I think trying to, convince yourself to unmask around people is really hard. I can be friends with someone for a few years and be scared if I feel myself kind of like slipping. Um, and that's a little tricky. What are we doing? Mario Party. Don't worry, I'll help you guys set it all up and everything. Oh man, I mask all the time. When I slip on people or go on vacation with someone, they're like, wait a minute. They worry something is really wrong. Oh, that's so stressful. That is so stressful. It's like, why are you being so wacky? And it's like, oh, because I, because I felt like I could be myself. Because I started to get comfortable with you. Why do you not like it? Haha. I know pharmacists from when I was working that would look down on everyone that came in. Just another one of our 200 SSRI people that need their fix for today. Like, okay, you're getting paid six figures profit off this, but that aside, did you not join this job to like help people with meds that you studied? The fuck? Yeah, it's really weird when like like you're a pharmacist. Like, what are you doing? What? You're judging your clients? What are you doing? That's getting his big issue with neurodivergent people. Like, I still struggle trying to keep the mask when I don't need it, and it makes stuff feel harder than it has to. Yeah, I feel the same way. It's definitely like kind of hard, but I don't know. I'm trying to just like because people are like, oh, like because it takes a lot of energy to like mask around people, and people talk about how that can make someone more like introverted, right? Because you're spending all this energy when you're around people to like bottle stuff in, which makes the interactions more exhausting. Um, but if you're around people that you don't feel like you have to do that, then it's not as exhausting. So people talk about like you should let that stop doing that. So sorry, I have to think. I lost my train of thought. Oh, so but when you've learned to like mask for so long, it's really hard. It's like a new challenge to unmask. So it's like, what do you do then? I don't know. I'm trying to just like forgive myself and just let myself kind of like be however I want to be. And if that is more quiet because I'm anxious, then I'm not gonna force myself to like try to be crazy, But um I'm also like I've been working on my like self-esteem, my anxiety, my social anxiety for like years. And so now it's getting to the point where I'm definitely like I feel like I'm starting to be myself around people, but also I don't like work retail or anything anymore. So I don't know how I would do in a situation like that. Probably still be awkward a little bit. When women are comfortable, their voices are low. No, I must talk like this. I don't know if you've heard this before, but I just learned myself. Drinks with high quantities of citric acid can dampen the effects of ADHD meds. Stuff like energy drinks, Gatorade, orange juice. I've cut OJ out of my breakfast. Explains how I'd have off days. Oh, that's really interesting. Yeah, I don't do any like energy drinks, any caffeine. And I don't. Gatorade is a good one to know because I haven't been drinking a lot of like electrolytes or anything lately. But it's also good to know. But also, what's really cool and fun is if you are a person who menstruates, um, your hormone cycle can also offset your meds. So there's just sometimes where it's like, oh, meds aren't gonna work this week. Cool, that's great. Yeah, you kind of let yourself be in a situation, not constantly. Yeah, if you're, because here's the thing that like they've studied and talked about how people with like ADHD, I'm sure it's the same for autism, but like their inner voice is very um mean because of like the way that they grew up usually hearing like you're not meeting your potential. Da, da, da. So, then you end up beating yourself up for beating yourself up and you start just like kind of making a weird thing that's just a circle, right? Because now you're like, "Oh, well, now I'm not relaxed." And that's bad. So you just keep spiraling. So it's just kind of learning to be like, "It's okay. It's okay." The background. I think this song is loud. Maybe it's time for a new playlist. But yeah. So it's like it's one of those things that you gotta kind of try to learn is like it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, it's always this song. It always really is. I don't know if there's. I would love to know if there's any way to boost it. Been on ADHD for about 1 year, for like last 4 or 5 months, and it's worn off quite. I don't really notice it on Vyvanse 60 milligrams. So I don't know because like I'm not a doctor or anything, but I don't know if there's anything that boosts it. Um, I've heard people talk about like high protein diets being really helpful for ADHD. I don't know. Also, people do talk about how sometimes like you start to get used to your meds. Like if you're taking them daily, you start to think they're not working anymore or they're not that powerful anymore because you've been taking them, so you're very used to yourself in this state. So you start to think this is how you always were. But then if you actually stop taking them, you notice, well, this sucks and it isn't the same. So it's possible that's happening too. Um, but like I can't even speak to that. I don't know. Seems like it's somewhat common for a very off season here and there. Oh, because of there's a thing that I heard about how I don't think this is happening in Canada. I haven't heard about any Canadians talking about this, but in America, they've been switching out. Apparently, I've heard maybe. I don't know if this is true or if it's a conspiracy. It might be. So I hope I'm not spreading conspiracy, but I've heard some people talk about how they got ADHD medication and then they got it tested and it was placebo. So sometimes their medication is just getting swapped out with a placebo, um, which is fucked up. But yeah, I go every 3 to 4 weeks to check on blood pressure set together with them. I did have some days off of it. I slept through them. Tells me not to go to sleep all the time. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's also nice. That's like the thing that if I'm ever like, I don't know if I want to take my ADHD meds today because I'm having that thought of like maybe I don't need them. And then I remember how tired I am and how I like struggle to stay awake at certain points in the day. And then I'm like, actually, I'm just gonna take them. You know what? I actually don't feel like I want to be fighting to stay awake all day. um, that would probably be better. But yeah, I've considered talking to my doctor a little bit about just like maybe trying some different kinds of ADHD medication. To see if there's one that like suits me a little better or like if I should take them every day. Cause my last doctor I figured out was weird. I don't know if I talked about this on stream, but my last doctor, he sent me to get drug tested. And this was so crazy. Okay, so I had this doctor for years and I loved him. He was such a great doctor. He was very good with anxiety and mental health and stuff. But he was like really weird when I told him I thought I had ADHD. So, um, he like my other friends who went to the doctor about ADHD had a way different time. I had to like jump through a ton of hoops. And so he drug tested me. This is not, by the way, I know in United States, lots of states will drug test you to make sure you're allowed to take it. He drug tested me after I'd been on it for a year or something, just like randomly, and was like, "We have to randomly drug test you because they they need us to." Something along those lines, and I was like, "Okay." And I was like, "Is like cannabis going to show up on that test cuz it's legal here?" And he was like, "No, no." And I was like, "Oh, okay, sure." So then I went and I like pissed in a cup for him and I was literally I had to like switch doctors, but he was also going on a long sabbatical and was like, I can't be your doctor anymore. And he like the whole thing was weird as fuck. So he told me that if he had prescribed me ADHD medication for a year, he was not allowed to legally be my doctor anymore, like prescribe me. So I don't know if he misunderstood, but you're not allowed to prescribe someone anything more than a year at a time. So he can't prescribe me 2 years of the same ADHD medication at once. You know, when you get like you can't prescribe me ADHD medications and give me 12 refills. More than 12 refills. So that's what that is. But it doesn't mean that if you've been my doctor while I have ADHD meds for a year, I have to switch doctors. That's what he said. So I was like, okay, whatever. So I was in the process of finding a new doctor and then I was like on the phone with him. This is like the last conversation I had with him. He was like, "Oh, by the way, your your drug test came back negative, so it doesn't look like you're taking your meds." And I was like, "I take my meds every day." And he was like, "Oh, okay, false negatives happen." Like he was really normal about it, and like he gave me all the information for switching doctors, and it was very easy. And the doctor's office was very nice to me. They're very good. Like the whole experience was very good. But I get my new doctor, right? And we're going through my file. We're going through my file together. So he's flipping through everything, and then he's like, "Drug test? Why did he drug test you? Are you on drugs?" And I was like, No, I'm not on drugs. He said that they needed me to do a drug test randomly because of the ADHD medication. And he was like, who is they? And then he told me, he was like, the type of medication that you're on won't show up in this type of drug test. Like it's a different kind of amphetamine. It won't show up. I was like, why the fuck did he what? Why did he drug test me? What? Like, are you actually serious? Like, my guess is that he just really doesn't know stuff about ADHD. I think my current doctor has ADHD. So, um, it's fine. I like my current doctor. But yeah, I had my old doctor he was really nice. But I guess, he didn't like that I wanted to be on ADHD medication or something. I don't know. But at least the process of switching doctors wasn't horrible. I managed to get a good doctor, which was harder than it should have been. But yeah, I'm happy I switched doctors because now I feel like I can ask this doctor more questions about ADHD medication. He'll actually have answers because my doctor just prescribed me the medication that I have and then it was like, just take it every day. And I was like, oh, I've heard about people not taking it every day. He was like, no, just take it every day. And I was like, okay, that's fine, right? He's a doctor. I trust him. But now I'm like, well, other people's doctors are saying other things. So maybe I should talk to my new doctor and like see if he has anything to say. He's on vacation right now. But when he gets back, I think I'm going to make an appointment with him just to discuss it with him and see. Um, but yeah. I think maybe he was just like a weird not ADHD enjoying doctor. I mean, he did give me he was a good doctor though. Like he gave me good sources. He was like, you should read this book about ADHD and you should see this psychologist and all these things. And I didn't actually really have to do that, but it was good, and the book was really helpful. And the book actually like is what made me think like, oh, maybe I should try medication. It might actually help me. So I don't know. I guess he was just a little weird, but nobody's perfect, I guess. I think I told you, but when they made me take a drug test for anxiety meds, my results were posted online with my full name, date of birth, everything. All you do is have the link to view it and easily found in software programs that were meant to find exactly that. They actually told me it was not their fault and refused to help. Went on forever before it was fixed, and the OG people never even apologized. I'm still so salty over it. Oh my god. Yeah, I remember that. That's so fucked. If you wanted to your P test to how someone can be 6'9" and giga rep, that's true. That's so true. My last doctor was his only patient that took ADHD meds. He didn't know much about it. So he just like keeping me doing what I've been doing for the last 18 years. Interesting. I hope that's been like doing okay. I really try not to think they're just following orders, but then you get to know each time they're probably just they stopped doing that 20 years ago. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, my there was nothing more eye-opening than he was like, why do you drug test you? And I was like, oh, they apparently, he's like, who's they? And I'm like, I don't know. When a doctor tells me they, the encompassing, I don't know, the encompassing they, like the government, I don't know. Oh, they need us to do this. I'm like, okay, they do. They. Yep. Definitely, I'm trusting you on that they, the omnipresent they. They need us to do it. But he's like they, as in the bugs in his pillows at night. The bugs in my pillows say to piss in this cup. Like, I don't know, whatever. When I was living in Switzerland, I had to go see a psychologist to get my prescription. This guy offered me an alternative that is essentially just lavender oil. I tried that shit for one day and I did absolutely nothing. Yeah, there's natural alternatives to ADHD medication. They're not, from what I've gathered, they're not that effective. And I've also like they've done placebo tests with ADHD medication and they don't work. Um, which is why it's crazy that they would try to give people placebo pills for the ADHD medication because people with ADHD figure it out right away. They're like, suddenly I can't do tasks. This medication's not working. They're all definitely worried about getting in trouble with the DA and losing their license. Or if they really mean their income. I don't give a shit about the patients compared to their paycheck, or at least in the USA. Yeah, I don't know, cause like my current doctor said it's not treated like that here. Like they're not like trying to drug test you. They're not treating it like it's a huge controlled substance. Um, I don't know. The whole thing was weird. Maybe he was getting kind of old, so like maybe he just wasn't up to date on stuff. But I think he just didn't really want to have an ADHD patient. But now I have a better doctor, so that's good. I mean, it was a pain in the ass to find a good doctor, though. It was it was a pain in the ass. Maybe Umbrella may be a better health insurance. Umbrella, the Resident Evil company. Pretty reputable magazine here in Sweden started covering this year that Vivans, we call it Elvens, might have had something changed. There was like a company that bought it right before COVID that they deny it. Yeah, there was. I know that there's something the I heard that the patent for some of those ADHD meds, it might have been like Vyvanse, just Vyvanse, had run out, so other off-brand companies can make it now. I don't know if that has to do with anything that you're talking about, but like it could be related somehow. I don't know. Finding doctors, it was so hard. I was like making appointments for like 6 months down the line, being like, hope that I can still get refills on my ADHD medications in the meantime, because like it's like, yeah, we're accepting patients in 6 months, and you have to see us in person to get accepted. And it's like, okay, uh, so yeah, I got lucky because how did this even work? I had like no actual doctor for like 3 months. He did give me a warning, but you know, um, and I made there was a wait list. That's it. There was a wait list. There was 100 people in front of me on a wait list. Somehow they went through that 100 people in 3 months, and I ended up getting to be a patient. But I had to like apply, which is crazy because it's like basically they don't want to take unhealthy people, and it's like the people who need doctors the most are people who have health problems, right? So they're like, oh, good, you don't smoke and stuff, and it's like, so wait, you're happy if I'm not going to see you very often? Like, what about the people who really need doctors? Like, you're just going to be like, sucks. Too bad you're unhealthy. Like, what? But I mean, whatever. I'm just happy that I made it and that I like my doctor. I did have an appointment with a different doctor also, and they were giving just like really weird vibes when I was like trying to go through the appointment with them. Retro Reaper, thank you so much. Take care. You have a great drive. I have to answer this, but have you had any issues at all finding meds? Like, do you have to call ahead or anything? No. No, it's been pretty easy. Uh, the only thing that I have to do is like when I go to my pharmacy to pick up my meds, they'll be like, "Hey, your refills are almost up. Should we fax your doctor?" And I go, "Yes. Fax my doctor, please." And then they fax my doctor. So, you get refills on it? Yeah. They just fax my doctor and be like, "Hey, what do you think about doing another refill?" And then the doctor will be like, "Yeah." And they'll give me some more refills, and then I don't have to do anything. Um, Sometimes the doctor though will like they'll just like reach out to you and be like, "We want to do an appointment." So that's nice. That's illegal in the US, really? Yeah, I get refills. They just fax my doctor and ask for a refill. Um, and then if my doctor didn't want to, if they wanted to see me first, usually they just call me, or usually they would call me and then ask me to make an appointment for around the time that my meds run out. That's how it worked in the past, so that they could like do a little checkup, whatever. Um, but yeah, no, it's been really easy. So I mean, it's really lucky. It's very lucky. I feel very fortunate to have decent healthcare in Canada. But yeah, no, luckily I haven't really had any trouble, except for that one time that my doctor went on vacation, and then the doctor that was filling in for him tried to suggest that I had depression and that I didn't actually need ADHD medication. I had to argue with him. That was awkward, but whatever. Any Schedule 2 drug can only be one for 1 month supply, and then you need to make another appointment. And then you have to pay for that appointment, too. And then you have to pay for the meds. Bro, what the fuck? That's horrible. That's horrible. My med's already expensive as it is. I can't imagine. I honestly that's not ADHD friendly at all. I would probably just not be medicated if I lived in America with that system. I I don't know. Maybe, but like that seems like so expensive. Is it worth it? How much caffeine can I drink? The number of times I've had to lapse in my ADHD meds due to doctor shenanigans and or new prior auth from insurance companies, that is the worst. That makes sense. Now I'm like, oh, so maybe that's also why people don't take their ADHD medication unless they need them, because they're trying to save the pills so that they don't have to worry as much about running out. What the hell? That's horrible. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's pending DX testing out until January. I've been waiting 2 to 3 years, and this is discouraging. That sucks. Oh, it depends on a state, huh? Spontaneously inflicted Adderall withdrawals are decidedly unfun. Yeah, that sounds bad. That sounds bad. Damn. Well, I'm very lucky. I feel very privileged. I really am speaking of a place of privilege, huh? But yeah, no. Yeah, being medicated is has been very helpful for me, and it's nice. I mean, it has its side effects, but the side effect of like not taking my meds can be like um unable to do anything. So interesting. Now, well, I feel like I learned a lot. I feel bad. I have a question for you. Sorry, this is unrelated. Is this do these glasses give office siren, or I don't know. I think that they're supposed to have a rim on the bottom for them to be like office siren. Office look for sure. And then librarian. Office siren. Yeah, it's like a trend on TikTok. It's like, it basically is just, hot girl wears very like librarian style clothes. You have early 2000s. Gives a sweet combo between office siren and library siren. I don't really have any other clothes that are very like library um style though. So we'll see if I get to do a full look of it at some point, but thanks for the bits.
The office siren videos on TikTok are so funny. Trust me, the only place in a real office you are getting sent like that is HR.
Yeah, that's so like a lot of those places would not let you dress like that, but it's fun to pretend. Do you have a pencil skirt? Yeah, but it's velvet. It's giving early 2000s high school rom-com. It is like, these are like 2000s boy glasses, I think, you know, like, like the dudes in the hoodie and the knit cap, you know, and they're wearing glasses like this. You see the vision? Because I do, but yeah, it's, I don't know, librarian core. I don't really wear them though, but I was gonna send these back, but they let me have them for free, so. Glasses. I like the look of them on you. It like the kind of more narrow glasses, if that makes sense. Thank you. Thank you. They look great with your current style. Thank you. I'm not gonna wear them today though. Very studious. Yeah, next time I need to look studious, I'll wear those. I'll wear them to the doctor. Doctor, I'm very trustworthy and studious. That's why I'm wearing these little glasses. Studying what, you ask? I don't know. Oh yeah, actually, speaking of my pharmacist, so I see the same pharmacist every time I pick up my medication. And one time, so most of the time I'm there like early in the morning and I'm just wearing like really baggy clothes and no makeup. Like I'm just like, hello. Like I just show up, you know, not trying to impress anybody. I'm just picking up my medication. But then one time I picked them up a little later in the day, so I was like more dressed up. And so the pharmacist was like, "Oh, are you on your way to work?" And I was like, "Yes." Yes, I am. And then what the fuck did she say to me? She said something to me like the last time, and it was I think it was just like, "Oh, like do you go to school?" And I was like, "No. Um no, I don't go to school." And I was like very confused. I was like, no." And then I realized that like maybe it sounded like I meant that I just like didn't show up to school, but like I was supposed to go, like with how I said it. And I was like, no, I'm not, like, I'm not in school. And she was like, oh, I thought you were in school. I thought you were a student. And I was like, no. And then I said, thank you, though, for some reason, as if it was a compliment. She knows how old I am.
I have a paramilitary meeting at noon. Now give me the drugs and SHHH rotten pappy at the pharmacy.
Give me the drugs and shh. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm no, I don't go. I'm not a student. I'm not in school. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't know. I guess I was giving her student vibes. So maybe I do look studious. But also probably like it's probably also related to like how I show up there and like what times I show up there, because it probably seems like based off the time that I usually go to pick up my meds, I go like pretty early. I go like they probably just opened like at like 8:30 or something. So it probably seemed like I was on my way to school. But like also like the way I was dressed when I said yes I was going to work was like I was wearing a very like punk outfit. I was wearing like a leather jacket and like the red plaid skirt and like really giant boots, and like I had the whole thing going. So I was like, yes, work. Like where the fuck? I really hope she doesn't ask me what I do for work. Do I look like someone that needs to show up to class? No, I'm smart. Yep, that's why I need this medication. Random aside, I went to pull up my vegan chicken nuggies and opened my drawer expecting to see a pair of tongs, but we have three. Mr. Mouse is explaining to do. Just keeps forgetting that you already have tongs. I work at Play and GameCube. Yeah. No, there's no way. There's no way that I like that pharmacist. She's really nice, but there's no way I would try to explain to her what streaming is. I'd probably be like, I work as a dog sitter. Like, I don't know. They're all the same kind. That's so funny. Clean porta potties around the job site. You can't tell? You can't tell? Yeah, but she didn't ask, so I hope she doesn't ask. I think we're good. I don't think she's gonna ask. But who knows? Maybe she's leading up to it, you know? Oh, now she knows I'm not a student. And what do you do for work? I'm a doctor. Yep.